Hello everybody, it's Ron again at Becoming Enlightened Together. So this will be my second and final reading. This will close out this particular week. Today is the 8-8 portal. So if you don't know anything about that, you can Google it and you can get all kinds of good information about that. You can use it to your advantage today as far as your manifestation and things of that nature. Look up at the stars and, present what it is to the universe, to God, to your higher self, what it is that you believe, okay? Whatever it is that you want, need, or desire, okay? That's basically what this is all about for today. But for this reading, what we're seeing here is we have a villain, okay? And a lesson is going to be learned, whether they like it or not. And it could be quite a severe one, depending on how they respond to all of this. So somebody's about to be revealed, and what is about to be revealed or has been revealed, you cannot unsee, okay? So all of their garbage is going to be laid out in front of the whole world here very soon. It's kind of what the gist of this is. Let's go ahead and get to the reading itself. So overall, the energy is I saw, and it's I saw in reverse. That's overall encompassing energy for the week. And it basically tells us it's time to move, it's time to act, okay? So last week, basically, we had a chance, an opportunity to reflect, to meditate, to do our research, to seek our answers, whatever it was that we were needing answers for. And it'll be different for everybody, okay? This week, we're told to respond to that knowledge or insight. Now, the past information is that of algis. Algis. And algis in the upright is basically standing guard. It's the raised stance. It's the deer with the antlers, hooves, doing this in the sand. It's letting you know that you're being warned. Don't go a step further, okay? So it's the warning before the force. There's no force that's been done against whatever that perpetrator or offender may be, okay? But they're being warned. Okay, now that could mean a million things to, the people out there, depending on their situation. So there may be somebody that's desperately trying to make your life a living hell. Maybe they've been successful up to now, and maybe you're finally saying that's enough. Enough is enough. You take another step forward, there's going to be some type of repercussions, okay? Just to give you some idea. Now, some of the other things it talks about, in the upright is basically some form of optimism, aspirations, but it's roughly more about protection and defense, a shield, an urge to shield oneself and or protect others as well. So it also talks about awakening, talks about one's intuition, and to protect your position or your success. Perhaps somebody's attacking you at work, for example. Now it's basically guiding you to stand your ground. Okay, now that's exactly what this week is all about, standing your ground and moving. Okay, we talked about at the very beginning of the week that since this week is all about action, where last week was about inaction, and part of the action that we've already had revealed to us was standing your ground, standing up for yourself in some way, shape, or form. And that's being emphasized yet again here. Now, the present energy is that of Thurisaz, Thor's mighty rune, but this one is in the reverse. So, Thurisaz in reverse, well, it's basically that somebody's absorbing damage without pushback. They're not standing their ground. They're not fighting back, okay? There's no defense or protection as of yet. And again, this goes exactly with what we're being told here throughout this entire week as far as, taking action, standing your ground, standing up for yourself. Don't be a pussy, that kind of a thing. So what it talks about here is somebody who's very stubborn, foolhardy, doesn't heed advice, somebody who's in danger, somebody who is always in some form of folly, defenselessness, compulsions, somebody who is quick to betray or be betrayed, somebody who's dull, evil, somebody who is, you know, is a hater. I'll just leave it at that. They're a hater. So, but we also see some other very, very extreme energies that are associated with this. Not only lying, cheating, and stealing, but also rape. Rape is a part of this particular rune in the reverse. That's the present energy. So be careful, whoever you are out there. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a woman alone, although that is typically where we see these kinds of things. It can happen to men in some cases too. So, and it doesn't say that it's by the opposite gender or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, again, I don't want you to have to use your imagination in this. It can go crazy, but I'm just saying to, be aware. Okay. Now, as far as our obstacles and challenges, we have yet again algas. Algas came out twice in this reading, but this time it's in the reverse. So what this is telling us as far as our obstacles and challenges, this is somebody who's completely unprepared, unaware, and unprotected. And that's not good. So I'm trying, this is why I'm getting these readings this week. This is a warning to somebody out there. Somebody who's watching this needs to hear this. You need to fight back. You can't just be Miss Chill mode or whatever the case may be and expect everything just to go past you and everything's going to work out for the better. That's not the way the world works. You have to put action, effort into things, good or bad, to make things happen. Okay, and that's exactly what you're being reminded of here. So this also relates to someone who is either using or has been used by other people, somebody who's in a state of waiting. Get out of that, move. You have to act. Somebody who is either being misled or is misleading others, somebody who is in an extremely vulnerable situation at this point. Somebody who doesn't even realize the dangers, their hidden dangers involved in this case. The consumption by divine forces. Again, we're seeing, energy being revealed that, again, this may be some type of demonic, archonic, or jinn-like, influence that we're looking at here. Somebody is really not what they appear to be. Okay? And we're also talking about somebody who has literally lost their divine link. That's what this energy means in the reverse. So it talks about somebody who's involved in taboos, somebody who has been warned countless times to turn away from these actions and have ignored them. And it's somebody who is basically somebody who repels others, maybe repels spirit. I mean, that's what we're seeing with the loss of their divine link. So I don't know what to say. I mean, I can't say sorry or apologize for just how rough this reading might be for somebody out there, because you definitely need to hear it, whoever you are or whomever you are, all of you. There may be more than one involved here. We've seen that more than a few times as well. But as far as your help and advice for today is concerned, you have Hadless in the reverse. What this is letting you know is there indeed is a villain involved in this particular scenario. And this comes with a lesson. It's very uncomfortable, and it's not something natural. It's something that's being orchestrated, created, forced into reality by somebody who is not a good person. I'll just leave it at that. And, God can use those who are basically really off on their evil tangent, or whatever the case may be, for lessons. Those who need to learn lessons and those who are themselves going through it. So, and your future outcome is that of Canes. And Canes is illumination, it's exposure, something that is revealed, and once it is, it cannot be unseen. Okay, so this includes flaws, truths, and uncomfortable knowledge. It's the moment where darkness stops and light prevails. Everything is laid out for everybody to see. And I'm just going to leave this, very, very short. Um, and hopefully this will have the positive effect that I'm hoping for. That's the whole purpose of me doing these things. So in the meantime, y'all stay victorious out there. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you again possibly tomorrow for the weekly read for the rest of the next week. And I'll see you all in Valhalla someday. Okay.